Welcome back, my little nightmares, and I'm going to do chapter 25. I really had to redo this chapter. I wasn't that much into it. I was only a minute into it, and I was reading it, and I went, I don't understand what's going on. It was my computer glitching out. I'm very sorry about that. Anyways, chapter 25. Third-person POV. After months of fertility treatments and doctor visits, Megan had finally gotten the procedure done. And a few months after that, the happy couple gladly announced that they were going to be parents once more. So now on month 3, Harry and Draco went to the doctor with Megan to find out just exactly how many they were having and the sex of the baby or babies. Also, you can tell also how many of the babies that people will have is that when you're like 3 months and you have 6 babies, it looks like you're 9 months pregnant. That could be also a sign of you having more than one. I'm sorry, I shouldn't spell facts. I'm sorry. I'm getting so many notifications. Whoops. So there are indeed multiple children. The doctor smiled, showing the babies on the ultrasound monitor. Sorry. I just love when this happens. Whoa, that's so cool. Draco smiled as he held Harry's hand and he gawked at the monitor. So how many babies? Harry asked as Megan was smiling at the 2 men. The doctor was swerving the ultrasound wand over the babies. There are 3 heartbeats. He smiled. Harry and Draco smiled and happy tears trickled in their eyes. So triplets? Draco choked out. Yep, congratulations. Would you like to know the genders? Yes, please, Harry replied. She was waving the, Oh, it's just a random doctor. Or, also known as it could be, not many doctors actually do ultrasounds. It's mostly a nurse practitioner or sometimes I have seen it done by a prenatal nurse who does anything for the mother and is like the baby and is like the nurse for helping the baby and mother at many. I forgot what it was also. There's another word for another nurse by it, but I can't think of it right now. She was waving the wand over the I love how they said that. Waving the wand over the Megan's stomach. Like she's not even a person. The Megan's stomach. I love that. Sorry. No, I'm not picking on them. It's just that I write really weird too. So I'm kind of relating to it. Well, I would plan for 2 boys and a little girl. He smiled. Yeah, it's too soon to fully know because the last thing to develop is the sex. But also, I'm sorry, I'm spreading too much knowledge. This is why I should never like do anything like this. Because there's 23 chromosomes. The last one to develop is the sex. Sometimes that gets messed up and could actually be an extra Y. But that also means that a woman may be on the outside, but her wombs could be replaced by testicles. There are cases of it, but it's not common. It's rare, but it can happen. He smiled, and Harry and Draco gasped and tears poured out from their eyes. Daddy's little angel. Harry smiled. Lily Narcissa. Perfect. Draco kissed Harry's cheek. Well, they just went through names, though. What the hell? Do you have names for the boys? Megan asked. We're still discussing, but we have Albus Severus and Draco James. Why are you doing this to yourself? Why don't you just name it after his father, too? Because James is your father. Why don't you name it Lucius James? Because you already named it after your dad, so we'll name it after your other dad, too. Maybe we'll come up with something along the way, Draco replied, smiling. Severus as in Snape? She questioned, and Draco nodded. Yes, ma'am, he was my godfather. Wow, I didn't know that. And Harry, what about you? Severus Black was your... Severus Black. Ooh, they may have had a thing. Oh my gosh, please do not write that fanfiction. Ooh. Okay, Sirius Black was your godfather, yeah? Megan asked, and Harry tensed a little bit, but nodded. I thought Severus Sirius was an odd name. Harry laughed. You got a point, Megan laughed. She wiped the goo off and hopped off the table before hugging the men. Thank you for doing this, Harry whispered. It's my pleasure. The two men kissed her face and laughed. They all walked out, and the two men made their way back to their home. Harry, we're gonna need a new house. Me. But also, one thing you can do is that when you're starting out with babies and stuff like that, if they're triplets, I think you should start out like having a room for 3 cribs, which I think will save up on space, and they have to bond anyway. And I think I've seen people do it before, but I could be wrong. And once they get older, you've already looked at houses and then started to move into one. Then you can expand and get more rooms. Draco pointed out, 3 babies. Well, we don't have to do that right away. Like I said, Harry mentioned. But will there be room? Well, at this point, all we need is a nursery. Harry hugged Draco. Well, we'll paint it yellow. Oh my gosh. No. Never yellow, because actually it's not... I don't like yellow. Never use yellow. It really hurts the eyes. I'm actually light sensitive sometimes. Well, all the time. But I mean light sensitive, and you might maybe like a nice blue with some pink clouds. That's what we did for our church's nursery. Could be nice. That's a Hufflepuff color, Draco gasped. Megan is a Hufflepuff, Harry pointed out, and Draco just stared at him. Fine, how about gold and red? Harry James Malfoy Potter. Those are Gryffindor colors. 3 out of 4 people in this house are Gryffindors, Harry answered, so Draco just glared at his husband. One of our children will be sorted into Slytherin, and I bet you it'll be Lily, Draco warned. Oh, I'll take you on that bet, Harry smirked. I think Lily will be a Ravenclaw. Draco will be a Slytherin, and Albus will be a Gryffindor. This is where when I was recording just now, when I was recording just a little while ago, it skipped to this part, and I was like, wait a minute, they already had babies? When was this? I was freaking out. And I was reading it, and I went, let me see this. And then I had to start all the way over to not spoil it for you guys. So, Albus will be in Gryffindor, Harry told him. Lily will be a Slytherin, Draco will be a Slytherin, and Albus will be a Slytherin. Oh, come on, babe. They can't all be Slytherins. Fine, sweetheart. He wrapped his hands around Harry and put his chin on Harry's head. Lily will be a Gryffindor, he stuttered. Albus will be in Slytherin, and a little Draco will be in, Ravenclaw. Draco stuck his hand out for Harry to shake. Harry smirked and took his husband's hand, then he kissed his lips. They settled on the couch and then heard someone call them. Dads! They looked in the fireplace and Ted's face was in it. Wait, when did they go to school? They just skipped that. They're like, you know what? Skip to the babies. We don't need to know what the other children are doing. Ted's face was in it. They walked it over to the fireplace and sat down. Ted, shouldn't you be in class? Harry asked. No, free period. Scorp is here too. Scorp's face showed as well. Hey, Dads. So what's the news? He asked. How many and what are they? There are 3 babies, and we're having triplets. Draco smiled. Guess the genders, Harry said. All boys? Ted asked. I think 2 girls and a boy, Scorpia said. You're close, Scorp, Draco told him. All girls? They both said at the same time. Nope, 2 boys and a little girl. Really? Ted asked. Yep, Harry smiled. What colors do you want to paint the nursery? Gold and red, the boys said together. Harry smirked and looked at his husband. Ha! Stuck out his tongue. No! Draco protested. I liked yellow, Harry said. It's a baby neutral color. Yellow is nice, Ted agreed, but it's a Hufflepuff color. Scorpius scrunched up his nose. Ha! Draco stuck out his tongue. How about half pink and half blue? Don't do that to yourself. Ugh. Just do all blue with pink, pink decorations on it, or pink paint, paint pink on it. So it's equal. It may not be the whole room, but I think blue could be a girl color and boy could be a pink color. It doesn't really matter. I don't care if you're gay, straight, bisexual, fucking helicopter. You are you, so you can be any color you want. That's true. He said. How about half pink and half blue? Ted suggested. Like striped? Oh. Okay. Trying to picture that. That's actually not a bad idea. Thank you, Draco, for saying that. And Harry agreed. Yeah, thanks, Ted. Happy to help. You should get going. Classes should be starting soon, Draco told them, and they rolled their eyes, but nodded. Fine, bye, Dads, they spoke in unison. Bye, love you, the men said. Love you too, the boys told them, and then disappeared. Draco turned to Harry. Well, we should get to making the nursery, Harry sighed, and Draco looked at him oddly. Now? She isn't due in another 6 months. It's better to actually get everything done. Well, he's going to point out magic, but actually the best thing to do is that you should start out way early, so the paint will dry and it won't bring out just really bad smells. And then the baby's inhaling that, and it's making them can't breathe, and it's really bad for the baby. It's very, very unhealthy. So, did I say baby? Baby. And it's better to start now, because then it won't have any problem with the paint. I would paint first, and then move everything in, and then move the furniture and get ready later on. You could put more art in there and use magic or whatever. Everything's more simpler in their world because they can use magic. But anyways, sorry about that. I had to say something. I'm sorry. I know it's kind of boring when I say these things, but I'm sorry. We have to do a lot. Harry pointed out. We can use magic. Good. The 2 men made their way upstairs and into Harry's old room. They transformed the old bed into 3 cribs. They made the desk into a changing table and the dresser into 2 rocking chairs. They transfigured the whole room, making it baby safe and baby ready. When they painted the walls and decorated them with their names, the names of the children were just above each crib, easily changeable if they changed on any names in the future. So they're going to have more kids? What? Or are they going to change the names in the future? Just decide a name. You're gonna like confuse me, and I'm a reader. No, I'm not talking to the author. I'm talking about like the characters. In a way, I kind of get emotionally attached to the characters. Draco's POV. Nursery came out really well. We had the cribs next to each other, but leaving space for either Harry or I to attend to the babies. In the corner, we were 2 rocking chairs for each of us. We had 1 changing table and 1 dresser. One room was quite spacious, and left room for us to walk around. I think we can sleep in the same crib for a few months. They can sleep in the same crib for a few months, Harry mentioned. Same crib? Are you nuts? They can suffocate each other. Sorry. Too much information. I'm sorry. I sound like an urgent mother. It's, the thing is that I'm gonna spout some knowledge. If you want to skip like a couple minutes in. I had an unfortunate incident with someone that I trusted, and they couldn't uphold my trust. Like, they broke it. I had a very scare with maybe having my own child. And I had that. It probably, started some instincts of motherhood in me in a little bit. I was diagnosed with PMS, and, which has all the symptoms of being pregnant. And it just scared me. But, I think I know a little bit more of this than I'm letting on, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm not. No, they need their own crib, I sneered. But they're babies. Exactly. I'm sorry. He said, and I pulled him into my arms. But I want the best for my family. I kissed his lips. We need to get diapers, baby clothes, bottles, pacifiers. Am I forgetting anything? We can go to the store and go shops around, he suggested. Diapers can wait until the last couple of months. You need a baby shower. People get you a lot of shit. And what I mean by trusting someone, it wasn't consent. If you're thinking I sleep around, I don't. I absolutely am horrified of it. Not just by that, but by something else. Diapers can wait until the last couple of months, he said. I nodded. Want to go now? Again, I nodded. We operated to the local baby shop in Muggle, London. As soon as we got in there, a lady greeted us. Hello, how may I help you? The blonde asked. We're becoming new dads, and we're wondering where we can get the things we need. Harry explained. When are your wives due? Oh gosh. So that's the key word that says we're being new dads. Okay, so I grant her that. Like, she doesn't get that they're together. Got it. She smiled. Our surrogate is due May 17th. I said. Oh, I see. She blushed from embarrassment. Are these your firsts? She asked. No, we each had 13-year-olds before we got married. Teen dads, I explained. So it's been a while since we needed baby items. I see. Well, I can set you up a tab and see what things... I'm sorry, I'm lisping a lot. I got it from my retainer when or my braces. I started to lisp a lot. I think I do still lisp. I'm sorry if it's annoying. But I'm going to do a high-pitched voice for the blonde. see what things you need. Thank you. We already have cribs, the changing table, the dresser, and the rocking chairs. How many are you expecting? 3, Harry grinned. Oh, God bless, she smiled. So, how about a triple stroller, she asked. Perfect, I smiled. The baby swing is always good. Is 2 good? Yes, Harry answered, then looked at me. Maybe 3? She nodded and put it on the tab. I think that's it, Harry said. Is it? Do you have all the toiletries for the baby? She asked. Well, we'll wait for that stuff, but can we get a diaper bag? Of course, she smiled. I gave you the best one. It's rather large. Well, yeah, he's going to need it for 3 kids. Taking that to the park and have to change all of them at once. Oh, jeez. One thing that a baby does, that my dad told me that babies do, is that when they go to the bathroom, sometimes they don't know it, but they accidentally poop up their back. So it gets really messy. So, good luck. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Thank you. We need bottles and pacifiers, Harry told her. She nodded and ran up the tab. So, do you know the genders? She asked. 2 boys and a girl. I smiled. Your other children? She asked. Both boys. So she's our little angel. Harry smiled, causing her to awe. By the time we were done, we bought the bottles and pacifiers then. We paid for the expensive stuff and with a card. We got them shipped to a friend's house for us to pack up. We operated back home and headed upstairs for a nap. We both stripped into our boxers and cuddled. I love you, Harry. I kissed his neck gently. I love you more, Draco. And remember, we're in this together. Okay, if you don't say that right, it's gonna sound creepy. It's actually a horror movie thing for me. Anything can sound creepy with that tone of voice. Okay, let's go. I woke up the next morning to my phone ringing. Hello? I answered groggily. It's Harry's POV. Sorry, I need it. And this was chapter 26. I'm so into this. I'm sorry. I woke up the next morning to my phone ringing. Hello? I answered groggily. I'm so sorry. The other person sobbed. Megan! I jolted out of bed. What's wrong? Are you all right? Are the babies all okay? What's wrong? I asked. Draco wasn't in bed, and so I figured he'd gone off to work for the early shift. The babies and I are fine, she sniffled, and I sighed in relief. Then what's wrong? I asked. I bumped into Ginny. No. No. That bitch. She hiccuped. And she asked about the babies, and I told her I was a surrogate, and she asked who I was caring for, and that I let it slip it was you. She told me. Oh, honey, I started. Don't worry about it. But what about the stories of the Daily Prophet? She sniffled. Oh, don't worry. And those... Don't worry about those. Don't let them bother you. Yeah, I said, just ignore whatever is published. I will take care of it. Yeah, okay. She sniffled. Thank you. No, thank you. Do you want me to come over? Do you need anything? No, I'm all right. She told me. And thank you again. All right. See you soon, yeah? Okay, she sniffled. Goodbye. Bye. We hung up and I groaned. I could just imagine the headlines. Frickin' Ginny just would rip us to shreds any chance she got. I got out of bed. It says got out of bed. And I went, me too. Once I got to work, I sent out people to check out a few suspicious cases. I was filling out paperwork when there was a knock at my door. "Come in," I called. Ron walked in, looking a bit pale. "Whoa, mate, everything all wrong? Okay." "You have a visitor," he gulped. "Who?" I asked. I think they should just come in," he confessed, so I nodded. "All right, let him in." I allowed, and he walked out. A few moments later, a visitor came in. I jumped up from my chair and pointed my wand. "What are you doing here?" I spat. "Relax, Potter. I've lost my powers, so I can't harm you." Oh gosh, please don't be Draco's father. Oh, I have to do a Draco's father's voice. What is that? Like groggly, mean, and losing hair? That's best to do. I spat. "Relax, Potter. I've lost my powers, so I can't harm you," the visitor snarled. "I've come here to discuss something." I dropped my wand. "What makes you think I want to discuss anything with you, Malfoy?" I asked. Draco's father stood in front of me, keeping the Malfoy stature. His face was unreadable. "Well, if you care for Draco, it'll be worth your while," he sneered. "I do care for him, but you disowned him when he was merely 18 years old," I told him. "You're the one who doesn't care for him." "I care about my son," he hissed. "Oh, is that so?" I asked. "So you disowned him because you cared?" "I disowned him because he was a father of out of wedlock. Sorry, can't read." He told me. "But I can honestly say I am a changed man. My wife has convinced me I would like to be part of my son's life again." "You've already missed so much." "And I would like to make it up to him." I nodded. He nodded his head, and you're my only hope, because he is your partner." "Yes, he is my husband," I said. "And we're going to be fathers. Wait, what? "And we are going to be fathers to our own Malfoy Potter heir." He nodded his head as if he knew. "If I plan to help you, what is it in for me?" "Well, Malfoy Potter," I corrected. "As I was saying, seeing as my Malfoy fortune still stands, I will give a large contribution to you and Malfoy because of my absence." "Wait, you're gonna buy them with money?" You sound like a changed man, dude. Sorry, I'm getting really gassy again because I'm getting mad. And I'm moving around a lot. I think I'm getting acid reflux. Ugh. You think you can buy yourself in? See? Okay, I love Harry even more. "I'm not buying, I'm just helping because of my absence," he informed, but I shook my head. "No, that's not good enough," I hissed. I saw an I, so I said I hissed. "If you're going to come back into your son's life and just hand me money, because he could leave me for even talking to you, it won't be good enough. "What do you want to do then, Mr. Malfoy Potter?" he asked. "I request respect for my husband, and you will give him the love and respect he deserves. I wish for him not to fear you, or for you to act like his father." I wish him for... I wish for him not to fear you and for you to act like his father. I'm not asking to be his friend. That is not what I am saying at all, Lucius, I hissed. Be a father. You are to treat him how he treats Scorpius. Lucius stared at me. And how am I to know how he treats his son? My son treats his. You will sit and observe. He opened his mouth, but then I cut him off. I will have to talk with Draco about this first, before I go into making him talk to someone he doesn't want to, I told him. And if he agrees to see you, then that will be put in effect. You must really care for my son. His eyes twinkled. Oh, I'm feeling the love. I'm sorry. He actually, in the movies, you can actually tell he does care for his son a little bit. It just doesn't come out in the way. It looks like he is kind of like had the mentality of a teen when he was raising his son. It was kind of like raising someone to be not only his backup, Draco had what was his name? Crab and Goyle. It was he didn't love him like a son. He loved him more as a person who was in his life. And it shows. And the ironic thing is that Draco grew up and had to take care of a kid when he was a teenager. And he treats that kid like it was his son and loves him. Not like Lucius loved him, who had time and wasn't a teen father, who had time to prepare and to love him. But Draco didn't have time to prepare to have a child. It just happened. Because he couldn't keep it in his pants, but that's a different issue. More than anyone will ever know, I said. Is it a deal? It's a deal. He stuck out his hand and I shook it. Thank you. My pleasure. Draco's POV. I was making some I can't even say spaghetti. I want to say spaghettis. For dinner when I heard Harry come in. Dragon? He called. I'm in here, baby raven. I called back and I walked in. He walked in and smiled. Hi, sweetheart. I smiled and he leaned over the counter and to kiss me. Hi, babe. How is work? He asked. Exhausting. Little wizards like to get hurt a lot, I told him. How about you? I asked. Someone came to visit me, he stuttered. Why are you so nervous? I asked and grabbing his hand. Was it Ginny? I asked and he shook his head. Then who? How do I say this? Your father, he informed me. So I froze. Lucius? What did he want? I snarled and he flinched. Sorry, don't worry. I'm not mad at you. He wants to be, how do I, this is difficult. This is like pulling teeth out of your own mouth. He wants to be in your life again, he confessed, and my eyes widened. What did you say? I asked gently. He took a deep breath and his hand relaxed in mine. I asked him what was in it for me if I allow this to happen, he explained. He said he would give a big contribution for his absence, and I told him he couldn't just buy his way into your life. Good, because he can't, I sneered. What did he say? He asked what I wanted. And that is? I told him he needs to treat you like a son. I told him that you shouldn't fear him. I told him that he needs to treat you like you treat Scorpius, he said, and my heart fluttered, and I just nodded. How would he know how I treat Scorpius? Well, Christmas is coming up, and I figured he could sit and observe how you treat your son. He said, so I nodded again and smiled. Are you going to do it? Yes. He is still my father. Good, he smiled, and leaned over and kissed his lips. I leaned over and kissed his lips. I love you. I love you more. I kissed him once more and then continued making the food. I started thinking and turned to Harry as I made the pasta in the boiling water. Baby Raven? Yes, Dragon, I asked, looking into my eyes. What happened to my father? I asked after Azkaban. He lost his magic, so he can't hurt you, my love. He gave a small smile. Or our family. I'll owl him now, and I'll tell him you've agreed. We can invite them both to Christmas. Okay, I think that's a good idea. And if he doesn't respect you, you tell me. I will handle it. Oh, wait. Wrong person. Because I would say that too. Oh, no. That right person. I smiled and pulled him into another kiss. Thank you for caring so much, I whispered. Thank you, Draco Malfoy Potter. I love you more. The next morning at work, another healer approached me. Man, Draco, your man must have really pissed off his ex, he said. What do you mean? I asked. He handed me the Daily Prophet. Golden boy cheats and father's triplets. She's such a loser. You know, if a woman really wants you, she wouldn't act like such a bitch. Okay? If someone treats you like this, boy, girl, oh my gosh, helicopter. Can't even say that. If they treat you like this, dump their ass right now. Don't care. Over text. Fucking write them a letter. Send an owl. Don't care. This is bullshit. Okay? If anyone treats you like this, dump them. Or, if they're your ex, report them. Or talk to the Daily Prophet and say, you want to know something? How about you say an exclusive about Ginny cheating on me and mothering a child and spreading rumors that I am cheating and trying to ruin my life? That's an even bigger story. Then all the news stations, everything will pick up on that. Sources have disclosed that a recent encounter with a local witch has been impregnated by none other than Harry Potter. The sources says they had been talking to the Golden Boy's side chick, who let slip that Harry Potter is the father of the triplets she is holding. What is Draco going to say when he found out his perfect husband is a cheater? I stopped reading and pouted. I walked over to the phone and dialed Harry's number. I had to stop him from reading the paper before he killed Ginny. Hello. His voice picked up. His sleepy voice picked up. I'm sorry, Raven. Did I wake you up? I asked. Draco, what's wrong? Are you okay? Where are you? He rushed out. Relax, sweetheart. Nothing is wrong. But yes, I'm fine at work. Yes, I'm fine and I'm at work. I told him. Why did you call? Don't read the Daily Prophet, I warned. George might send it. You read it? He asked. Megan told me yesterday that she bumped into Ginny. She was really upset, so she might let that slip. When was this? Yesterday morning. Why didn't you say anything? Well, your father showed up to my job, and it must have slipped my mind. He said, do me a favor and comment. You want me to comment on the paper? Yeah, they would love to hear what do you have to say, he informed me. Yeah, okay, I have to go. Yeah, I love you. I love you more. I hung up the phone and waited for the day to begin. Harry's POV. Harry! Ron called. Ronald? I called back. He walked into my office and showed me Draco's comment. Harry and I are happily still together. I am aware of his children with the young lady because they are also my babies. We have decided to start a family and couldn't be happier. Thank you for your concern, though it means a lot. He's so sassy, I giggled. That's not the only thing I wanted to tell you, he told me, so I raised my eyebrow. Okay, what? Dean left Ginny, he said, and my eyes widened. What? Why? Because he's tired of her being stuck up on you. He started. She'll stop everything, and I promise you that. She'll stop at nothing to get you. Pretty much what they mean. And I promise you that. Good, she better. Everyone knows you and Draco are great together, he said. You'll make great dads, he said. He smiled, sorry. Draco... Thanks, Ron. So will you. Our daughters can be best friends, he smiled. I nodded. That would be great. Whew! That was all loaded. Like, everything. So, how many do we have left? So if I do 2, 2, 2, 2, and 2. Wait, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more episodes. And, 5 more videos. 45 minutes long videos. I don't know if you guys like these. Please let me know. Also, put down below what you want for ships. And if you actually have a book that's even better for me, so I don't have to look, and then people are like, I don't like this book. I'm like, you didn't say anything. You haven't told me these things. So, when I finish this, I will be starting on a, Slenderman X Jeff the Killer one. If you want your opinion on it, please let me know. If you have a story you want me to read on it, like your own story, you should post it on Wattpad, because it's easier for me to scroll and look at it, which is, you can just copy and paste wherever you put it on, which is going to be easier, and I can just go on one website and not multiple at the same time. Sorry, I'm talking a long time. I'm sorry for me rambling, and I hope that you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. This is going to be posted on Wednesday, I think. Yeah, today. Today is Wednesday.